I am Brad Keelor. You are a Director's Cut viewer. It is time for our Summer Q&A 2025. Hello again, everybody, and welcome to a special summertime edition of Director's Cut. I don't have a guest, and that's because we're doing another Q&A with special questions from you, the viewers. If you've never watched Director's Cut, I interview a different Geo-Institute member every Wednesday. Well, I do the interviews some other time. They get posted every Wednesday morning to our YouTube channel. Take the summer off, take a little break at the holidays, but the rest of the year it's a brand new conversation with a different member every week, and you never know what I'm gonna ask. Of course, I am Brad Keelor. I'm the director of the Geo-Institute, and as I always say, if you don't know anything about the Geo-Institute, after you watch this today, you should head over to geoinstitute.org, and there you'll find out that we're a technical society with about 12,000 members, most of whom are geotechnical engineers and or geologists, and that we are part of the American Society of Civil Engineers. If you like this video, there are so many more that you can watch. You should click like, subscribe, and get notifications, and we'll let you know every time we post something to the YouTube channel. Again, it's August, and we're just a couple weeks away from the return of Director's Cut, the event that everybody spends all summer waiting for. We don't want to let you down. We take a couple months off so you appreciate how amazing the show is, and then we return in September, the day after Labor Day, with our annual Labor Day Director's Cut extravaganza. 4 episodes in 4 days, the week of Labor Day. You do not want to miss it. So again, we have questions from you, our viewers, today, and these are some of the best to give you a little behind-the-scenes look at Director's Cut and help to get you ready for the fall part of the season, of Season 6 of Director's Cut. So our first question comes from Ray in the East Bay. Some people might call him East Bay Ray, I guess. And he asks, will there be any episodes recorded in person for the fall season? Hopefully you've noticed over the years, Ray, that I do like to record episodes in person when we have a conference or there's someplace else where I can have a guest sit down in person with me, and we're going to do this in the fall. We're going to have an interview at ASCE convention that'll go up the next week, and then our Geo Extreme conference that happens the first week of February, we'll be doing in-person recording of Director's Cut there. So you get at least a couple of those throughout the fall. Those are a lot of fun. It's a totally different dynamic than the Teams ones. They move a lot more quickly, and it's just enjoyable. So yeah, I'm going to keep doing those. Another one from the same part of the country, Billy Joe in Berkeley, asks, who would you like to interview that isn't a GI member or an ASCE member? And that's a lot of people. I really like asking people questions. I never get tired of it. I go down a list. I kind of kick into interview mode when I talk to anybody, and I have to stop myself from just interrogating them. I think the people I would enjoy interviewing the most would be historical figures, I guess, who had some kind of big part in world history. And I'm talking like 1,000 years ago, maybe some of the monarchs from the Middle Ages. The first one that's coming to my mind is the King of Lithuania, who converted them all to Christianity in the 8th century. I'm talking about people like that, everybody. I'm a huge history nerd. I enjoy it, and that's where I'd go. Athletes probably also at the top of the heap. My favorite athlete of all time is probably Steve Yzerman, a Red Wings player, and I'd love to interview Steve Yzerman at some point. Mike from Orange County asks, what are some AI-generated questions for Director's Cut interviews? Well, so I went and gave some what I thought were decent prompts. I used Microsoft Copilot because it was the first one that opened up, and it gave me some pretty generic questions to use, like, what's something surprising or quirky about you that most colleagues don't know? If you weren't in engineering, what career would you have pursued? What book, movie, or experience has influenced your thinking the most? And it kind of goes on and on like that, which, while those questions are very nice, I'm very proud of the stuff that I come up with for Director's Cut. So I write all the questions myself every week. There's only 10, and I've got a million of them, like I said earlier. So that's why they keep coming. And I do not plan to switch to AI for writing any of those questions in the future. John from London in the UK asks, is there any plan to stop doing Director's Cut? I kind of hate it. Well, thanks for the feedback, John. We always want to hear from everybody. No plan to stop doing Director's Cut. It's a lot of fun. If it weren't, I would stop. And there's so many different Geo-Institute members that we want to showcase for everybody. Really shows the breadth and depth and diversity of our society and gets you to get to know your colleagues and your friends a little bit better. So we're going to keep going. Dee Dee in Queens asks, what will be your costume for this year's Halloween episode? I have no idea. The past, I've been Edward Munch's The Scream. I was Clark Griswold last year. I was a Frappuccino one year, and I am sure that I will come up with something great this year. You will just have to watch and find out who this year's guest is going to be as we get closer. Lars from Berkeley asks, will you celebrate Fibonacci Day with a special episode? I guess this is a reference to Pi Day every year, and we don't even do a Pi Day Director's Cut, and I have no plans to celebrate any mathematician or mathematician-related day with an episode of Director's Cut. But thank you, Lars. Henry in Washington, D.C., right down the road. With Geo Extreme coming up in the fall, do you have any extreme plans for future episodes? I mean, every episode's a little extreme, Henry. But again, we're going to do a live episode in person at Geo Extreme. That'll air the next week, so I guess technically it's not live. I'm not going to do any episodes skydiving or anything like that, or self-immolate and then do an interview. Not in the plan. I do the summer show out on the patio, and that's about as crazy as it gets, and that's probably the way it's going to continue. Final question from the viewers this time is from Howard. Another one from the UK. He's in Manchester in the UK. Why don't you make more best of episodes? Guess what? It's coming your way. I've been thinking about this for a long time, and so be on the lookout for these. We're going to have some best of episodes that are not necessarily like focused on a year that we've done in the past, but maybe about one topic like food or Bob Kerner. Those are a couple hints for you there. But be on the lookout. Those will get posted intermittently to our YouTube channel as I have the chance to make those and group all the questions together. I think that's enough. We got through a lot of good questions, and thanks to everybody who submitted. And if anybody can see the link between all those names and locations and sends in what that is, maybe you'll get a special GI prize. So hopefully by now you're ready for the fall half of season 6. We'll be back, yes, September 2nd. That is the day after Labor Day, with 4 episodes in 4 days, as we always do, and then every Wednesday after that. Thanks to everybody for watching all the episodes of Director's Cut over the years. You can go back and watch any of the archives on our YouTube channel. We've started adding them to a podcast feed that you can get on any of your favorite platforms. So be sure to check that out when you're on the go. Make sure you like, subscribe, and get notifications so that we let you know when we post stuff to the YouTube channel. And we will see you September 2nd with brand new episodes of Director's Cut.